So, what are um, protists? We're dividing them into three categories. We divide them into um, animal-like, which is the protozoan, algae or plant-like, and mold, which are fungi-like. So animal-like protists are can be divided into some further categories. They are flagellates, so they move with a flagella or a tail that spins, although it's often actually in front, so it's like more like a frontward propeller than a backward propeller. Um, they're ciliates, and they have these little tiny hairs that they can use to move around.
Another ciliate is a stentor. It uses cilia to draw food into an opening. Sarcodines move by oozing along. The most famous sarcodine is an amoeba. Now watch how it oozes along.
For example, Entamoeba histolytica that causes amoebiasis. The cell of an amoeba consists of a cell membrane, a nucleus with genetic material, food vacuole for digestion of food, and a contractile vacuole for osmoregulation. An amoeba can have more than 2 nuclei in a cell. Similar to other protozoans, it reproduces asexually either by mitosis or cytokinesis.
Things that biologists stay up at night wondering or think about in the shower. The brain-eating amoeba.
For some reason, you're here to watch an animation about the brain-eating amoeba. That's scary and interesting at the same time. What is this amoeba? Where do you think it was first discovered? Absolutely. Unsurprisingly, it was first discovered in Australia in 1965, but it's believed to have evolved in the United States. Its scientific name is Naegleria fowleri. It loves warm water. It can survive in water as hot as 113 degrees Fahrenheit. It's found in warm places, mud puddles, warm, slow-flowing rivers, untreated swimming pools, and even in soil. However, it can't live in salt water or in properly treated swimming pools. Naegleria fowleri normally eats bacteria, but if it gets into humans through the nose, it uses the brain as a food source. Activities like diving, water sports, water skiing, in which water is forced into the nose, increase the risk of infection. Fortunately, it doesn't transmit from an infected person to another person.
Now we're getting to our fungi-like protists, which we call mold. They are heterotrophic, just like animals and just like fungi. They have cell walls, just like fungi, made of chitin. A few of them can move, and they reproduce with spores. Now, some of them can move with like amazing speed and motility, and they form these really cool complex structures. I remember that one of my college professors was actually a slime mold biologist. He studied this stuff all day. But then he was reading different papers and he realized that the structures that he was seeing in his slime molds were actually very similar to the structures that they see in brains of Alzheimer patients.